How's it going, everybody, and welcome back. Got this truck here pretty much finished up. I'm hoping to take it on Power Tour this year. Been planning it for like 3 years with some YouTuber friends that I've made and stuff, but this thing's always had something wrong with it that has prevented me from taking it. Transmission, fuel tank, front end, whatever. But I think we've got all of those things basically taken care of now. Just a few things left, so this video is just going to be trying to prep this thing and getting it ready for Power Tour. Primarily, these 16-inch crusty old Ford Explorer wheels kill the whole vibe of this truck that I'm going for, which is like a Roadrunner, late 60s, muscle car kind of look. So I painted the hood satin black last year, put the sticker on it. I think it looks all right, but man, these wheels got to go. So let me show you what I've got. Well, I finally found a set of 15-inch Steelies with the dog dish caps. A guy had a B-body Mopar. He was moving out of state, so he was selling these things. I finally found some at a reasonable price. They are the newer style police wheels. I think they're called Magnum 500s, but you can let me know in the comments if I'm wrong about that. Not exactly what I was hoping for, but beggars can't be choosers when it comes to these things because they're just not easy to find for a reasonable price. But they do have the Mopar Pentastar stamped right into them, so pretty nice. Some of the caps are a little bit shinier than others, but I'll just put those two on the other side, on one side, and put these on another side, and I think we'll be good to go. Unfortunately, when I put them away last year, I forgot to paint them. I was supposed to have them already all prepped up, but whatever. So I painted them all up today. We're waiting for it to dry. I only painted them about an hour and 20 minutes ago. So yeah, so far it's going pretty good. I just got to wait for it to dry up a little bit more to put it on the tire machine. All right, that's the paint that I used. Classic hot rod black satin. It's pretty nice paint, so it's nice and durable. It's been on the hood for a year now, and it's been great. I reached out to Mortsky. I asked him what size tire that he likes on the back of his trucks, and this is what he suggested: 275/60 R15. So that's what I ordered. They came in today. Unfortunately, I forgot to paint the wheels, so we're waiting on that before we can install them, but we got everything ready to go. I think they're gonna be a pretty nice look. I'm gonna get a little bit worse fuel mileage on the trip, but you know what? Sometimes the look is worth the money, so that's what we're gonna go with. So let's check this thing out, see how big of a difference it's gonna be. So if we look at them, I thought maybe they wouldn't be high enough and it would just turn a bunch of RPMs on the expressway, but it looks pretty close to what I've already got. So it'll be nicer. So black walls out or go with the white letters out. Seems like everybody likes the white letters, but I'm not sure that is the play here. I think we got to go black sidewall, black Steelies with the dog dish caps, and that's the move to make on these. Well, it turns out that the audio for the beginning of this video was corrupted. I don't know how it happened, but whatever. It was just gone altogether. But the rest of the videos, they were there, and it's fine. So I don't know. The only thing that you might have missed is that I got those black Steelies, got the new tires, went to mount and balance them. Everything was okay, kind of, but I noticed that two of the rims were severely bent. One was bent super bad. The other one was bent enough that it's a problem, but the one was like super bad. So essentially that's it. All I did was mount and balance them and had a hard time with it. So other than that, back to the video. You can see it right there. I don't know how it's going to track going down the road, but at least they're balanced. So got 4 of them done. They got some pretty heavy weights on some of them. This one was another one that was kind of a little bit of a problem. I'll try to find a couple of them. I think that they're readily available, just not necessarily cheap. So anyway, I guess I'll just go pull the truck in, throw it on. It's a little bit late to take the truck out tonight. 11 o'clock. Sucks. Anyway, maybe I'll save it for tomorrow. Well, those wheels kind of, I don't know, they gave me a hard time balancing them, but I think it looks sweet. So maybe you can kind of see the vision I was going for with the hood and all that. That's kind of what I was hoping for. I think it came out all right. I'm going to take it for a quick cruise down the road and see. That's the one that's wobbly. It definitely has a kind of a shake to it. So they all balanced out at 0. So so I'm going to give it a shot and see. But I think it looks pretty sweet. I don't know if you can tell or not, but the wheel is shaking a lot. Yeah, I'm going to have to put the forward wheels back on it, or I'm going to have to order a couple more of these steelies, or I'll have to find a place that'll straighten them. But as near as I can tell, the cost of straightening them is almost as much as buying an entirely new wheel. It needs still a bunch of work. The first thing that we're going to get into now, I guess, is trying to figure out the Holly situation, because having it laying on the floor and falling out all the time, not working out. So I 3D printed a little insert that went in there, and it worked out really well for a while. But then, where is it? Here, ended up kind of just welding up some little thing with these little wings that would flip out. But, you know, I'm trying not to ruin the dash or glue stuff to it. So anyway, Velcroed this thing on so it could be kind of quick disconnect sort of thing. But whatever, that didn't work. So we're gonna figure out something else, I guess. All right, well, I think I got this thing fixed. All right, the sniper is mounted up. Let me show you how I did it. It took a while to kind of, I don't know why I didn't think of this before, but this thing's on there. It's on there good. It's got a weird kind of Velcro. It's not really a hook and loop. I don't even know where this stuff came from, but it like snaps together. It's got like little mushroom type things on there. Yeah, and it just snaps together. So I made it essentially like a sandwich. It's aluminum. You could see a plate behind there, tapped the back plate, and then just oversized the holes right here. Those are 1024 screws, and then I just basically put some red Loctite on the threads and then sandwiched it all on. I think it's going to hold. It's pretty snug. I'm pretty sure with the fine thread bolts and it being pretty tight, the red Loctite, it's not going to vibrate and fall off. But even if it does, this Velcro stuff right here is pretty hardcore. Yeah, you hear it like snap in? It ain't going anywhere. So yeah, feels nice and strong. I can move the entire dash. This isn't going to fall out. I'm pretty confident that this isn't going to fall out anymore. So we're good. Wish I had a better way to route that stuff. I can't really clean this up, the wiring, any more than it already is, because I don't want to cut into this data link connector or whatever that goes up to the handheld. I might try to wire in the lighting for this part here. And then as far as getting power to charge up cameras and stuff like that, I found this thing. I've had it forever. I don't know if it's necessarily that good or whatever, but I can, run 3 different chargers off of it, or little adapters. So I could buy maybe 3 of the little USB whatevers, the higher amperage ones, and then just mount it up in the glove box there, and then put everything I want to charge in there, and it'll charge just while I'm cruising around down the road. I don't know what amperage this entire thing is rated for, but all of the contacts in there are heavy duty, so I'd probably just have to open this thing up, which is pretty easy, and then run some heavier line and solder it all in there, and then I think we'll be good to go. I tried messing around with the tune a little bit to set the IAC so I'd get a better hot start, but I don't really know what I'm doing. The cold starts are great. Oop. Yeah, so it's at 131 degrees right now. I turned up the IAC a little bit for the hot start, so I think it's going to be all right. Maybe on Power Tour I'll meet somebody that actually knows what they're doing. But yeah, the only other thing that I want to do is potentially, I don't know, I might try to get the stereo to work. Put a speaker back there. I've got that subwoofer up there. I've got like a pile of amps in here. There's like a Kenwood and there's a Pioneer and whatever that is. So I don't think we'd have a problem being able to hear the music over the sound of, the entire truck. Everything seems to be going fine. I'll put together like a little emergency box. Got this thing, it locks up. Got the keys for it. It's like the only one I've got that has keys. So I think that we're doing pretty good. Well, alrighty, I just got home. I don't even know if any of the audio from my little video driving this truck even came through. I guess I'll find out. Long story short, these tires and the wheels aren't going to work. I have to get another one or get them straightened or something. There's just too much vibration for a big long trip like Power Tour. I mean, they look awesome, but I'll have to, I don't know, either order another one, find one, fix those Ford ones just for the trip to kind of get a little bit better fuel economy. This thing kind of used a lot of gas just on the trip that I took. But yeah, we'll see what we can do. I think I found those wheels, like a knockoff set, on Summit for like 177 bucks a piece. So I don't know. We'll see what we can do. Other than that, check out the new acquisition. 69 383. I believe it's a 69. I have to go over it and actually look, but picked up a 383 from Mopar Archaeology on Instagram. Messaged me, said he had this thing. So nice big block transmission, air cleaner. I stuck the borescope inside and it looks pretty good. Not any crosshatch really. A little bit of scoring on one cylinder, but overall pretty decent shape. So I think it'll be pretty nice. I have to just decode it. There's a pad down there at the bottom, but essentially right now I'm just going to store it. So I'm going to go grab the tractor, pick this thing up, put it in my storage unit after I make some room. But yeah, pretty cool. Got an AC compressor that I'll probably never use. I don't even know. Can you even rebuild them? Are they any good? I have no idea. Actually, it's still got compression. Huh. Anyhow, let me unload this thing and then we'll worry about the truck and see what we can do about the wheels. So this definitely has the look that I'm going for, but on the highway, it was a little bit high strung. My speedometer was off by like 8 miles an hour. Plus, that wheel was bent. So I ordered a new wheel for it. It was over 200 bucks. It'll be here in a couple of days. But since Power Tour is a big long trip and that speedometer was off, it went through a bunch of gas. I figured we might as well try to see if we can polish these things up and make them look a little bit better and get the corrosion off of them, because it'll obviously save money on gas. Big, a bunch of highway driving and whatnot. We'll just save those cool wheels for cruising around. But if I ruin these, at least we've got a fallback and we can at least go on the trip. But we'll see what we can do with these. I've never done it before, so fingers crossed that I don't totally destroy them. So yeah, they just look like crap. I mean, on the video it doesn't look so bad, but look at how bad they are like up close. They're just nasty. So not this one, but one of the other ones. There's a big huge chunk taken out of this little sidewall part or whatever. So anyway, the center parts here don't look too bad, but the outsides, these things are smoked. So what we'll do is we'll just try to clean them up and hope for the best. I'll have to break the tire down to get that out, but this will give it a little bit of just weight, to hold it down so it doesn't move around so much on here. And I'll just hit it with the DA, and we'll just kind of see what it looks like. I'll be able to tell right away if it's going to be going all right or not. And if it's an or not, we'll just forget about it. I'll try to polish it up or whatever. At least these wheels are pretty easy to come by, so it's not like those other Steelies that are almost impossible to get.
We got to go with something heavier than this 220, and maybe I'll try a Scotch-Brite roll-lock on the sides. All right, I've got a bunch of different stuff we'll try. I don't know which is going to work good or not.
Guess I'm just going to strip it down with this thing, even inside of here, and then go over it with the DA later and just kind of polish it, or clean it up, clean up some of these marks. Well, I mean, it's better than it was. It's kind of hard to get in there. I don't really have a soft enough pad to make the corner, but the little Scotch-Brite did a good job, except up in here I couldn't really get into the edge. But I'm going to try to polish it if I can, a little bit, and we're just going to see how it goes. All right, well, we're going to try to see if this will rub off on here or not. Polishing compound, copper, brass, aluminum. All right, so we're going to try this, see if we can spin it up and just get it to transfer. Maybe I'll try to heat it up or something like that. We should be able to, maybe polish it with this. I don't know. This isn't really the right thing for it, but it's all I got.
Give it a shot.
I mean, I guess it's working. Not very well, though. You can rub it off with your hand, so I'm not sure. Maybe I need to add a little bit of liquid or something to lubricate it. We'll just try some water.
Well, the acetone takes it off. Well, it didn't do much. Let's try this instead. I don't think this is going to really do much, but you never know. All right, let's see what's up.
All right, well, I guess we'll find out if it did anything at all. Actually, I think I might have made it worse. All right, well, it's not totally clean, but you can see like these kind of dull spots and some of the other spots. I don't really know. I guess you can, I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it. It's hard to even see. It's dull and then shiny in some spots, so I guess the dull spots are where I was actually able to hit it with the grinding disc, and then these shiny spots here are just factory clear coat stuff that I didn't hit, so I guess this is just all the places that I did get it. Who knows? I don't know. I don't really have a good way to polish these things, so I don't know if I'm making it worse or better. I guess in the big scheme of things, if I just kept working it maybe with a DA with some 320, which I'm going to try next, I could at least get a uniform finish on it. And I think overall it's going to be better than that. So one way or the other, I mean, look at how bad this is. So I think I'll just keep on going and I'll just see what's up. I'll go over it with some 320 now that I've got the major pitting out of it, and we'll just hope for the best, I guess. All right, so this is what I've got now. I found another DA. I've got some 400 on it. Should be able to get in there and cup it a little bit more. I couldn't find a smaller pad. I don't even know if this works anymore, but we're going to find out. Yep, it works. Not exactly the best, but I mean, it's smooth. It just has all of those sanding marks in it. I don't know how to get those out. But, you know, it's all uniform now at least, except on the lip. I don't know how to get this out. I mean, there we go, center cap on it. It's pretty dirty, but I mean, overall, it looks better than it did. I don't know where to go with it from here, but I'll figure it out. I did get my new wheel in today. So here we go. Take I'll look at it. Ouch. Ah. Oh, that hurt. Oof. Anyway, there it is. Looks pretty good. It does not have the Chrysler stamping in it. Obviously, it's also a little bit sharp. So definitely not quite as clean as the OG. But hey, should work, right? As long as the offset's the same, which I kind of think it is. It looks the same. But I don't know, I'll get to that a little bit later. Another rainy day here in Michigan. We got 3 more ahead of us. So I did get the wheels done. Good enough anyhow. I think they turned out pretty well. Here they be. Pretty much as good as I'm going to get them. Now, I used a variety of techniques. I'll use techniques loosely because I don't really know what I'm doing. But I think they came out okay. They're dirty still. They need to all be cleaned up. Really, but some of these things, I was so tired last night, I ended up skipping off and hitting the centers, which I really didn't want to do, but I don't know, whatever, I ruined them. I was telling you before that this thing was all, dinged up. It hit a curb or something, so I ground that out with a die grinder just to make it a little bit more smooth because this was super jagged and rolled over. Anyhow, I think that they look all right. They're definitely going to be a lot better on Power Tour for cruising down, the highway. Getting a little bit better fuel economy and, whatever. So, this isn't really a performance truck. It's only got 323 gears in it. The rest of it is kind of performance-y. It's fast, but, with these big old tires and the gears and all that, it's not really designed for like hole shots and stuff. So I think cruising around, this is just, it'll be just fine. We just won't get the look quite as cool, as I will. These will be my cruising around town wheels. Basically, I think we're good on wheels and tires. So the rain on this steel roof is going to prevent me from being able to film anything else today. But one more thing I forgot to mention. If you got some aluminum wheels, I'll show you the mixture or cocktail of chemicals and stuff that I used in order to polish these things up. So maybe you can try it. This is some old Ardex 1500. I use that as the polish. On it, you can find Ardex stuff. If they're still in business, you can probably find it online. And then I just use some of these polishes here. You can just buy these things. They come in the tubes. They look like crayons. These are really old and they're super hard. I think there's a video. I think I made a video the other day of me basically writing on the wheel. Jeez. If you want to be able to, if you got some of these and are super old and hard, you can melt them up and wipe it on, whatever you got. So I heated it up, rubbed it on the outside edge of this, and then used the Ardex. So this is filled with aluminum polishing compound, those sticks, and then some Ardex 1500. As you can see, it's pretty gooey, but that's how I polished it. This is just a regular old buffer for doing your cars. But overall, I think they came out pretty good. It's getting really loud in here. I'll catch up with you later. Well, alrighty, I got the wheel all mounted up, polished, balanced. Everything is good. So they're all looking pretty decent, all balanced up. So one thing I did learn, I do like using my super clean stuff, but this does have an acid in it. So if you use it on bare aluminum without a clear coat, it'll like leave white streaks where it's attacked the aluminum or the polish. It's not permanent, but you do have to repolish it, which I kind of found out on that one. That's why it's a little bit dull. But anyway, that's the way it goes. So on the clear coat stuff, it works great. So all this rust in here, in these corners, put it on a rag and wipe it, and it takes it off super easy. It doesn't even bother it. But all of the bare stuff that, that I polished out, it does mar that up a little bit. So anyway, got the new wheel on here. It's all mounted up with the new tire. Old one's right there. So we'll go ahead and balance it, and hopefully that solves our problem. Boom. There we go. All done. I guess we'll throw the other one up on here and just kind of see what it looks like. All right, this is the old one, obviously. Let's just see how bad it's bent. Maybe it was all on my head. Nope. Wow. Huh. It's not been super bad, but it's bent enough. So I was thinking, I'm like, man, you know what? I can't remember if it's this wheel or the other one, because I looked and that thing has a giant weight on it. And as I was moving this thing to the balancer, I noticed that. That thing is freaking huge. Look at the size of that mother. Ginormous. I mean, I don't even, it's hard to even visualize how big that thing is. Giant. So, anyway, my hand was like an inch from it. And, yeah, didn't attack me, I guess. I don't really love spiders, but I'm not really afraid of them either. So that guy's been around for a while. So I'm going to go ahead and grab him in this thing and release him into some other area that isn't my tire. Oh, he's fast. Ooh, I don't know what kind it is. Monster, I guess is the right word for it. Anyway, I'm going to need 2 hands for this. Well, if I never see you again. Ah! There we go. You can snack on some peanut butter pretzels. Look at the freaking size of that thing. God, it's huge. Anyway, what a beast. Anyway, I think he'll do better over here. He can go eat rats or mice or something. He's so freaking big. Wow, what a... He's 3 inches across or more. Crap. There you go. Enjoy. I guess I could have left him in the shop and he could have eaten all the raccoons or something. He was so big. God, what a monster. You don't see him that big out here that often, especially in the shop, stuck on my tire. So anyway, back to what I was saying. This thing has... Oh, dude, it is the wrong one. This is the super bent one. I thought I put it on the other side. Dang. Well, I guess I'll be switching this wheel over to, or this tire to the other wheel. What a waste of time. This is the bad one. I thought I put it on the passenger side. I was thinking that one doesn't even seem like it's bent that bad. Well, it's because that's the good one. Oh yeah. Yeah. My bad. I guess we're going to use that one. Let me swap these over. All right, let's try this thing again. Yeah, I think that we need another wheel. That sucks. Yeah, that's a lot. I don't want to put that on the truck. So, we'll have to order another one, I guess. And in the meantime, we're going to go back to the Ford wheels. So, kind of a bummer, but at least I did manage to clean them up with this potentially in mind. I should have just bought, I knew I needed another one. I should have just bought another one, but, you know, I'm trying to save some money. Unfortunately, this was the wrong call. But I don't know. Again, how do you check stuff, you know, whenever you go to buy it online? You know, is there even a way to do it? I don't know. Well, all right. That was an enormous waste of time. Got a new sticker. That's kind of cool. Yeah, that's a bummer. I guess I should have ordered another another wheel, but whatever. All right, let's pull this thing out and see what it looks like in the sun. It honestly doesn't look a whole lot different than it did. Nothing's really cleaned up yet, but you can kind of see some shine where it didn't have the shine before. All right, well, I just sprayed it off at the car wash. Looks pretty good. I think that we're going to be all right. So now we'll move on to getting some power in here. I was saying that I wanted to do the little, I don't know, lighter adapter deal in the glove box, so we'll have to run some wires and stuff. Because I don't think that there's any wiring in the truck right now that can hold, you know, more than a couple of amps. So we'll tie it directly into the battery, put a fuse on it, and I think we'll be good. Well, alrighty, I got the wire all ran into the truck for the little power thing to charge the phones and whatnot. I just used, you know, brand new wire. As you can see, this is one of the factory original wires. It's all brittle and cracked. I have to tape this up. I just noticed it. So yeah, the original owner used a bunch of wire nuts under the hood, so whatever. I've never messed with the wiring too much in this truck. A bunch of the stuff on it is broken, it doesn't work, so I've never really messed with it. The emissions modules over there, they're all disconnected. It, you know, obviously it doesn't use them, so whatever. Anyhow, I just got the wire ran, goes through the grommet that the oil pressure gauge and the sniper goes into. Got it in here, hooked up to my janky new setup. This is all temporary, so, you know, be aware. And I broke the glove box too when I was working on it. So, turn on the little switch, turns on the little power unit here, and there we go. I think the truck might have been like a beige color or tan or whatever, because I used some acetone to get some good grip for the Velcro, and all the paint came off, so maybe somebody repainted all of this. Don't really know. This took a lot longer than I was expecting because it turns out that the wiring going into this little, I don't know, little box or whatever was broken right up in here where it goes in. And it was just like a partial break, so it was high resistance. The unit would shut off sometimes and it would like half power up, and I didn't know if it was just an old switch or the ground was bad or something. I didn't know. And then after some figuring out, I realized that the wiring was all just broken. So I had to take this whole, let's see, I told you I broke the thing. So I took the whole thing apart and I rewired or soldered new wires into it. And then I just zip tied it all right to those useless vacuum lines that are there. I'm going to have to fix this tomorrow. It's too late to mess around with it tonight. But there's like a plastic part on the bottom. It's just worn out and broke. It's an old truck. So I'll probably just Gorilla Tape a strip onto there, because I don't know. I guess I'd have to go find another glove box thing, because on the bottom here I think it's just screwed in right there, and then this has like a little plastic hinge, and after X amount of openings and closings it just wears out and breaks. But those vacuum lines control all this stuff, which never worked because Johnny Wire Nut that had it before me cut all of these vacuum lines that were inside of there. So nothing here works except for the blower motor and then this, you know, to control heat or cold air, because that's a cable that actually controls the stuff down in here. So basically that's it. I think everything is good to go. I just got to clean up my mess and fix this thing and clean it up a little bit, and then I think we'll be all set. All the locks work. Windows, you know, they kind of work, sort of. Yeah, so I don't know, maybe I could lube those sometimes. I'm not going to worry about it. I mean, I got seat belts, I got lights. It's just an old worn out truck. So I think we're about as power tour ready as we can get with this truck, unless I just like restored the whole thing, which will never happen. You know, the toolbox locks, the truck locks, the windows roll up, beep boop, got the alarm set, everything's good. Unfortunately, we can't use the cool wheels, we got to just roll with these Explorer wheels. But you know what? These tires have always been pretty good. Although they were the cheapest things that Discount Tire had at the time. That's what it was all about, is I found the tires were super cheap, and then I went out and found wheels that would fit it, and that was the cheapest thing. The cheapest wheels for the cheapest set of tires. They're Laufen X-Fit. I don't know. They seem to be pretty good. They're quiet. They ride nice. Everything seems to be all right, so I don't think we're having any issues with it. They don't hardly have any miles on it. The truck doesn't have hardly any miles on it. I trust Jay. He did the majority of the work, on the engine, so it's good. Everything should be all right. So knock on wood. If you know of anything I should take for power tour or any car trip or whatever besides just the essentials, screwdrivers, ratchets, wrenches, all that type of stuff, let me know in the comments, because you never know. Hopefully I don't have any problems, but I'd like to be at least prepared as I can be if something were to happen. Yeah, on that, it's essentially it. Sorry about the audio goofing up earlier. Nothing I could really do about that. If you know of a way to check wheels, whenever you buy them used online or something like that, let me know what it is, because I wouldn't have wasted my money on those steel wheels if I would have known they were bent. I just trusted the guy. He was like in this multi-million-dollar house, like out in the middle of nowhere, in a really nice area. But they were $500 for those 4 wheels. I wouldn't have spent the money on them. I just trusted the guy because he had a big fancy house. Why would he lie about bent wheels for a pittance? It's a lot of money to me, but this guy's got like millions of dollars. So why would he try to off some cheap, steel wheels? That was my logic, and I didn't know how to test them anyway. So let me know if there is a way to test them so I know in the future. Other than that, thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.